hello, I didn't see you there. Welcome, Old Mill High School Jazz Band. This is Mr. Brown. I'm sitting in my basement with my cat keyboard. Has a microphone on it that doesn't work. And yeah, this is the first video of many, hopefully, that I'll be making for you guys to give you guys some information about things that are going to be going on in the next couple of weeks, and more specifically, what's going to be going on this week. Before I get into that, I just want to say I hope you guys are all staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy, staying sane, relatively sane as you can be as a jazz musician. But yeah, I just hope that you guys are all doing well out there. You know that all of the teachers at Old Mill miss you all very much and are very disappointed that things have turned out this way with all of this, important activities being canceled, us not meeting in class right now, but we're all going to do our part to try to make the best of a crappy situation. So here's where we are. So I have no idea what information you guys have been given, so I'm just going to do it from the bottom rung. So classes are going to starting up again, and what that doesn't mean is that we're going to have conference call classes with 30 students in one room where we're trying to teach it like it's a regular class, but it's online. That's not going to happen. That's not how things are going to be working. Pretty much how things are going to be working is for each class you're going to have one graded assignment due per week, per class. And this first week, this is the first week of this, nothing is graded. And I'm not saying that in the hopes that you guys will just be like, oh, well, I don't have to do anything. The reason it's not being graded is because it's the first week we're adjusting and acclimating to all of this, and we're just trying to get you guys used to everything. We don't want to hold you accountable right away, you understand? But yeah, you're going to have one graded assignment per week, per class, and it's not going to be something super crazy. It's not going to be some crazy project that you have to really stress over, but it's something that's going to help kind of keep the continuity and keep things going so we can give you stuff to work on, so hopefully you're still building your skills in all these different areas that you guys are working on. I know that this class is one that I hope that all of you guys are invested in beyond the fact that it's a class that you're taking, that you want to build yourself as jazz musicians and you're invested in this, which I'm sure that all of you are. So that's kind of the overview of what's going to be happening in general in your classes. One thing that I am going to try to do with our jazz band class, since it's a smaller class, it's it's not a 30-person class, is hosting weekly meetings on Google Meet that are optional. You don't have to come to it, but you can if you'd like to, where we can meet with each other, we can talk, we can ask questions about the assignment for the week, and I can go over stuff and give you guys some information. We can talk about stuff that's going on and hopefully play for each other a little bit. I think that would be really cool if we had an opportunity to, every week have somebody play something and we can all, give them some feedback on the thing that they had just played. I think that would be a really cool thing to do to sort of adapt to this current situation that we're in. But enough with that. We're going to move on. I'm actually going to explain a little bit of the assignment that you guys are going to be doing this week. So the focus for this week is all about practicing and practicing at home, right? So I've been doing a lot of practice at home, mostly not on my cat keyboard, but mostly on my guitar, right? So if you look behind me, follow me here, you see I have my wall of instruments. I have many guitars, I have a didgeridoo, I have a flute and a saxophone and a case there. And you'll notice that most of my guitars were outside of their case. And that is the first practice tip I give to any musician. I tell that to all of my guitar students. If you want my number one practice tip, it's to make sure that your instrument or instruments are in the room that you spend the most amount of time in. This is the room I spend the most amount of time in. And if you can have them set up as much as possible, as much as is realistic, to have them set up so at any given moment where you have the urge to pick up the instrument, you can just do it immediately. That's my number one practice tip that I give to everybody. I tell that to my guitar students, I tell that to you guys, and hopefully some of you guys already do something similar to that, but that is so important for me personally, just having the ability that if right now I want to, I can go and within 3 seconds I've got a guitar in my hand, I can start playing, and I think that's really important for being able to keep your chops up. So beyond that, I think one of the most important things when you're practicing is just to make it focused and have a goal, which I'm sure is stuff that you guys are familiar with right now. So finding an element of your playing or a particular passage of a tune that you're working on that you're struggling with, and sitting down and coming up with some realistic goals for what can I do in the next 20 minutes to work towards improving this. So a skill that you could work towards improving that's just like a general one is my time feel. So let's say I'm practicing, Autumn Leaves, I'm just working on like a medium swing, my time feel in that medium swing groove. Set your metronome on 2 and 4 at, 120 BPM and have that be all that you play with. You don't play with the full metronome on every click, but you just play with, the metronome on 2 and 4 and you play through the whole tune, and that's a great way to work on your time feel. Or your specific thing could be, I'm working on this bebop tune that has this, this crazy melody, and I'm just going to sit and shed it and, work through the notes and just try to get it under my fingers, and that's, another realistic practice goal. So it can be anything. I'm going to be sharing a link with you guys to some practice tips from Dallas Symphony Orchestra. They have a website where they give some practice tips that I think are pretty helpful that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And I'm going to talk really briefly now about some of the assignment options that you guys have for this week. So for each week, there's going to be multiple different options of assignments that you can pick. It's not going to be a thing where like this is the only thing you can do. They're all related to each other. They're all related to practicing at home. But just there's different choices that you guys get to pick from. And some of them don't actually involve you needing your instrument, because I understand people are in different situations. Some of you may not have access to your instrument at home. So most of the assignments, or at least some of the assignments, are talking about videotaping and recording a practice session, and you either send it to me to give you some feedback on, or you critique it yourself based off this rubric that we're going to give you. Another one, describe the practice process in a brief constructed response. I can't believe they still use the term BCR. Like, I remember learning about BCRs when I was in elementary school. And it's things like that. Those are some of the options that are going to be available for you guys. This is all going to be available for you guys in a document so you can actually read over it and think about it a little bit more. But the practice session that I want you guys to do, it's not going to be some like crazy 3-hour marathon practice session, because I don't want to watch that, right? I don't want to sit and watch through all of that. That's not realistic, right? So I would say a maximum of 30 minutes would be what you want to do. Like, that's very max. Minimum 10 minutes. Anything less than 10 minutes is going to be like not sufficient. So somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes is what I'm going to be expecting if you're doing one of these practice session videos. So, and you can just record it on your phone if you have a phone that you can record it with, or some sort of camera or something like that. I'm just doing this video on my phone right now. So yeah, that's basically how things are going to be going this week. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, or you just want to say hi, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm here for you guys to answer your questions and help you out through this process, especially this first week or two might be a little bit just a little bit confusing and new as we're starting to get used to this new format, but I think it's going to work out really well, and that especially with this class and this group of students, that we're going to have a lot of fun together and be able to do some cool stuff. So I'll give you guys more information later. Hopefully we can schedule a time later this week to do a Google meeting with the class, a Google Meet meeting with the class, so we can all see each other and we can all say hi and talk about some stuff and maybe do a little bit of playing. So sounds good. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, like I said before. Keep playing, rock on, and make some beautiful music. All right?